Hi, everybody. It's Charlie here with the Charlie Wills team. All right, something we get asked all the time. How do I get my offer to win? And that's a loaded question because depending on where you are, and we're in Madison, Wisconsin, or the Dane County area, it's still a very competitive market. So depending on where you are, don't listen to the news. It is not correct. It's probably correct in some areas. Let's just say that. It probably could be. But here in Dane County, we're under a month's inventory for housing, for purchasing housing. And I think the vacancy rate is less than 1%. So it's very tight inventory, in every aspect that could be possible. So depending on where you're located, depending on the price point, this is the typical advice that we're going to give. And again, it could range up or down from here depending on the location and the style of the house, how updated it is, all those kind of things. So if you're in a lower price point, expect to pay, and lower I mean between probably 300 to 500,000 in this area. You're going to probably pay between 10 and 15% more. Just most likely going to happen. Okay, these are houses that are move-in ready, that have been priced and positioned really well in the market, and there's going to be a lot of competition. Those are probably going to go somewhere in that. So that's what we're going to start off with. If you're going to write your offer lower, you're just going to be kicked out probably right from the beginning. So don't even start your offer unless it starts with 10% more. Okay, you're just going to start off on the wrong foot. All right, you have to assume that most people, that's all they're really going to look at is the price, and the agents aren't going to do an amazing job explaining all of the benefits of your offer. So we're going to have to prepackage it in a way that makes it look really great. Earnest money. Put as much down as you can. You're going to get it back. The whole intent of you writing this offer to win is to win and to close. So you're going to get that money back. It's going to come back to you as a credit. And that way, that's less money for you to have to bring in your down payment. So you're going to get it back, right? 10, 15, 20, $25,000 check. It'll go to the title company and it'll just sit there until we're ready to close. Again, more aggressive that you can be on your earnest money, the more cash worthy you look to a seller and probably to the agent. So again, you're trying to look really attractive, and that's another way to do that. Just remember that closing dates can be really impactful too. Maybe they need 60 days or 90 days out, or maybe they want you to close right away, but they need a rent back of 60 days before their new house is going to be built. Again, whatever it may be, find out those details in advance, know them, and be prepared for them so that you can have that already kind of lined up for exactly what they're looking for. You want to be your best financing. So some people can do cash, some people are financed. At least 10% down. If you're in a 5% down, or if you're below 10%, it's going to be really hard to make competitive offers in this market. So what we tend to say in those situations is don't be trying to attack houses that are first on the market. Wait a minute, see if things are overpriced. If they are, which we would know pretty quickly if they are, we're gonna, I look at markets every single day, and so if something is coming on the market and it's not the right price, we're gonna be able to tell you really quickly. So, anyways, but in those situations, we have different ways to try to compete. You're going to typically, in most offers, you talk about inspections and you talk about appraisals, and there's all these other terms that could be inside of your offer. Remember, the whole point is to be as attractive and to have as little contingencies or little risk as possible to the seller to stand out. So again, we don't recommend taking these off, but if you want to win, this is where you got to go. You take either the inspection off, or you write that you want an inspection. You do it in a shorter time frame, and you write a pretty big buffer. You write anywhere from, like if it's a $400,000 house, you write a $10,000 buffer or greater. Saying that anything underneath that $10,000, we're not even going to worry about asking you. We just want to do one because we're paying you a premium for the house, but we're probably not going to ask anything for or from you in this regard. So again, make the buffer in such a way that it seems non-threatening for you to do that inspection. Appraisal, same thing. You want to guarantee the appraisal. Sounds kind of backwards, but if you're going to do an appraisal, sometimes if you're paying probably 5 to 10% over, you're probably going to have your appraisal get covered. If you go above that amount, it's going to be really tough to get an appraisal to match to the value. So you may have to bring cash to the closing. You may be bringing just less and get a less percentage down. Whatever that situation is, you've got to guarantee that to the seller that you're going to cover a specific amount of that difference between list price and whatever you're offering. Because again, they're taking the risk. If the house is listed for $350 and you write a $400,000 offer, they're taking the $50,000 risk, not you. So in this case, again, we walk scenario by scenario on this, but appraisal is another area that you can kind of, again, either guarantee a certain amount of cash above and beyond that you'll cover, or you can waive it completely, saying that it's not going to be part of the offer. Get asked all the time, how do I make myself different? Depending on the seller, depending on their needs, just look at the situation. I'll give you a couple of examples. A year ago, we had not even a year ago, it's maybe 6 months now. We had a couple that was moving into town. They were writing an offer on a house where the people were older. They were transitioning from their house that they'd probably been there for 50 years, and they were moving out. And I know that's a very difficult process. We've had a lot of our clients go through that, and what they offered was to have the house professionally cleaned. So all they had to do was move out. Don't worry about cleaning. Don't worry about any of that. And the seller found that to be amazing. It probably cost them $700, but it got them the house because they wrote other great terms, but they were in competition with a couple of offers. And because they wrote that in, that they would take care of that stuff for the seller, it made the seller feel like they had a partner and somebody who would do something for them to help out. So anyways, just those little things are extras. We have tons of other ideas. So if it's something that you're interested in, something you want more advice of, you're not getting that current advice from your agent and you need somebody who really knows the market, let us know how we can help, and we'd be glad to do so. All right, these are hopefully helpful tips, and we'll be dropping these each week with new videos and new content to help everybody out and to keep on top of this market. All right, take care and look forward to seeing you. Bye.